Hello and welcome friends to yet another episode of my video blog. This is Dr. Rudran Roy welcoming you to my video blog. Well, my dear friends, we are passing through a disastrous time, a global menace, a global pandemic by the name of novel coronavirus. The statistics that are coming up is pretty alarming and pretty shocking. More than 5 lakh 32,000 people right now are affected by this virus, of which almost 24,000 people has lost their lives as we speak. Talking about India, we have more than 650 cases, active cases, and around 10 casualties. I'm sorry, 20 casualties as we speak. 8 casualties in the last 24 hours. The worst is yet to come, my dear friends. If we don't like take care of ourselves right now, this situation might go out of our hands and spiral out of our hands. Exactly the same, for the very same reason, our Prime Minister, with folded hands, has requested each and every citizen to stay indoors for the next 21 days, or we might land up 21 years behind. This is not a joke, my dear friends. India witnessed history as it entered the lockdown phase starting 25th April, I'm sorry, 25th March, for the next 21 days in its fight against coronavirus. Yes, my dear friends, deny it or not, we are in a state of war. And like any war, we will have casualties. Here, we are dealing with an enemy, a microscopic enemy that has the potential and capacity to bring an entire nation and its economy to its knees. To discuss about the gravity of the situation, I have with me Mr. Ritik Rai, all the way from Toronto, Canada, to give you a comparative perspective about the exact nation and its economical implications coronavirus is having on these two nations. I have with me, he has joined all the way from Toronto. I welcome him. Hi Ritik, thanks a lot for joining. You can like turn on in your video.
Hi.
I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, a brief introduction about Ritik. Ritik has done his engineering from Durgapur. Well, he's from the same town which I belong to. After completing his engineering from Calcutta, he's right now placed in a very senior position in one of the most reputed banks in Canada, Toronto. And he has joined me all the way from Toronto. Thanks a lot once again. So, Ritik, what is the situation is pretty much grim right now. What do you think? What is the situation right there in Canada right now?
So, so proactively, essentially all the companies that are here operating, so wherever it was possible to send workers home, they have done that. So specifically if you see the business sector, the IT sector, where it is possible to go back home and you can work on your own personal systems like a laptop or a tab, people are doing that. So proactively, it had started almost 2 weeks back when the offices itself, after they had realized that the COVID-19 virus is spreading across in the municipality of Toronto, they had already started the phase where they asked people to go back home and work from there. And post that, since last Tuesday, 12 a.m., there is a complete lockdown in Ontario, given that we are witnessing more than 100 cases.
Yeah, it's, actually, the situation is pretty grim. I can still remember the first case reported in Canada was in 14th of Jan. And the first case reported in India was on 30th Jan. That was in Kerala. Right now, like total affected patients have crossed way above 700, and almost 650 cases are active cases. So situation might like if you don't like take steps right now, situation may go out of control at any given point of time. And sad to say that our infrastructure, health infrastructure, is not like ill, not equipped to like handle that kind of pressure. So, anyways, Ritik, I also would like to know what your government has already done to like curb the situation right there.
Well, the government has done a lot to tackle this particular situation. So, firstly, it has set up a lot of test centers. So, essentially, they are toeing to the line that WHO, that is World Health Organization, has said that you need to test aggressively. So, the government has made efforts. So, even in the remotest part of Canada, they have set up laboratories, they have set up the hospitals, and they have given the proper education to the staff as to how these tests are to be done. Secondly, the government has also made sure to properly educate and communicate among the common masses. So they have created a lot of tools, and the basically the provincial governments has stepped in as well. So essentially, you don't necessarily go directly if you have a mild symptoms of flu. So you go and you answer the questions in a particular tool, and then if you find that yes, it kind of aligns to a COVID-19 sort of a virus that you might have, then you go and check yourself with a physician, who will then refer you to a physician. Additionally, the provincial governments have made an extra effort. So, healthcare is completely free in Canada, but previously there used to be a lockdown or a period of time that you had to be in a particular province for the healthcare effects to start, for the provincial healthcare plans to start. So essentially, now they have removed that. So Ontario had a 3 month wait period before Ontario starts taking care of your health as part of the Ontario Health Insurance Plan. Now they have removed that 3 month waiting period, and it doesn't really matter whether you are a worker, student, a permanent resident, citizen, or even a visitor. The Ontario hospitals will treat you for free. The provincial government has also made efforts that the economic slowdown that has happened due to this COVID-19 situation. So they have made sure that from April they're introducing something of a synonymous to an employment insurance. So people who are not able to go to work and are not able to make money, so they'll be given $900 bi-weekly, and people who have lost their jobs due to this COVID-19 situation will be given $2,000 monthly. Additionally, the private sector has also chipped in. So, in terms of the mortgages, insurance payments, electricity bill, basically your furnace bill, everything, they have given a brief relaxation. So, essentially, they are not completely waiving off, but they are willing to give you deferral. So, you
Relaxation.
can probably pay it after the situation is gone without having to make any late fines or pay any interest on that amount.
Well, sounds good. Like even if we like get out of the health hazard uh, thrusted upon us, there will be economic implications for a long time to come, and that is the much worrying factor as of now, because you know how India is, how like our economy has been doing for the past few years. So this is again a very important well aspect of this whole situation. uh, well, yesterday itself, our I mean, finance minister has announced almost 1,70,000 crore worth of financial packages, financial schemes to support the different works of people. So a lot of people are going to get benefit from it. So this is the situation right now. But again, I will like tell request all my viewers to like stay at home as much as possible, and we are the frontline health workers, we are trying our best, but please don't increase our workload to that much extent that we fail, and we we fail under the pressure, we fail under the situation. So please don't create that kind of situation for us. Anyways, Ritik, like one more thing I need to like put this thing, that there are conspiracy theories going on, and like all over the world people are united against China. So what is your personal take on this matter?
And I'm very, I mean, less informed about that subject, so I really don't want to make a statement which I'm not really aware of. And given the small, like news or something that I have heard so far, it doesn't really seem that the experts who really matter, like World Health Organization or even CNN or the big channels, they are not really portraying it as a conspiracy as such from China. Definitely, there seems like there has been a state negligence, that it was not communicated well, but it doesn't seem like that it was a man-made virus.
No, I'm not actually talking about man-made thing. The most important thing is that they try to suppress the intensity of the infection at the prior stage. Like the problem is that I like heard some unconfirmed reports that way back in November they knew kind what can be the possible implication, and I also like hold WHO responsible to some extent for this negligence, because if this virus had been like people had been a lot more informed better, we could have like had a better situation as of today. You already know what US is going through, what Italy is going through, what Spain is going through, and almost they have entered their stage 3 pandemics. So and right now in India we are also speculating that in mid April or mid May we can see the worst of the situation that might come, and we are preparing ourselves, but we have again our limitations. The more time we get, the more better it is all for us. uh, Anyways, Ritik, one more thing, one more thing that is going on in India right now is work from home culture. So people are mostly staying at home, self quarantined. I want to know, you had been also working from home for quite long time. So what tips do you want to give, or how are you like managing your whole day?
Yeah, I think it's important that you are still working. It's not like you're having a vacation at home. So when you wake up, you need to make sure that you find a goal for that particular day. So whatever you want to do, and next thing is that create a schedule, create a routine, and stick to it. So basically, what I do in terms of work is that I have four quadrants. So those are critical and urgent, critical and not urgent, not critical but urgent, and not critical and not urgent. So that way, just divide your work and go through the day. Additionally, make sure that you're spending quality time with your family. So do some fun activities, play some games, plan your next vacation, and also make sure that at this point of time, because you're staying at home and you're not going outside, it's very important that you keep yourself fit. So do some hands-free exercises. Like for myself, I have a treadmill, so I make sure to walk at least 30 minutes a day. Additionally, also keep yourself sanitized all the time. So make sure you are washing your hands, you're keeping and maintaining the hygiene as much as possible.
Well, rightly said. These are the health tips one should follow to eat something that boosts your immunity. Stay indoors is the key, as much as possible. If you have to go outside, maintain social distancing, and of course, wash your hands with sanitizers or soap with at least 60% alcohol, so that you have a better kind of hygiene. And finally, before concluding, I would like to ask for your personal take and personal concluding statements. What tips you want to give for the people of India?
Yeah, I think this situation right now is not only applies to India, it applies to the whole world. So till date, at least I've never seen a pandemic in my entire life. So the only time I've seen like destruction or extinction of mankind of global proportions has been only in the movies. So since I'm seeing this first time in the real life, I think that the one good thing that has come out of this is the entire world has come together in fighting this novel coronavirus. And it seems like so many things that used to matter at that point of time to create differences, it's no more really valid. It's just that everyone is praying and trying to find a vaccine or some sort of a measure that can control the spread of this virus. Hopefully we come out on top in this fight and make sure that even after we have come out victorious, we still maintain this brotherhood where our sustenance of mankind is of utmost priority rather than our petty differences.
Well said, Ritik, and I was expecting pretty much same statement from you. And secondly, the most important thing that I want to warn my viewers that this thing is not going to be over pretty soon. Like there will be economic complications, there will be health complications even after. Even someone of us may know, someone of you will be knowing that this infection has a chance of relapse. Already documented cases has been reported from Japan of reinfection. So if someone is getting well or getting discharged, that doesn't mean he cannot contact this infection. So please, even after 21 days, maintain as much of self quarantine as possible. So be prepared for the worst, and pray to the Lord that that situation doesn't arise. In the end, like, I will extend my heartiest thanks to all the healthcare workers just like me, who are on the front line trying to fight this disease, control the spread. Indian government has already issued a simple guideline called TITT, that is track, isolate, test, and treat. This is the guidelines that our ICMR has already proposed, and right now we are following just that. I also would like to thank all the police personnel and military and paramilitary personnel who are right now on the streets trying to uphold and enforce the law. I would also like to thank the media personnel who are on the street taking the risk of their lives to give us the ground reports. And with the positive note, I wish to end this video, that together we will pull this off and we will fight it out.